Hi everybody, and welcome to week 2 of 2026. It's your friend Ryan Rolfe with the DSM Sold team at Keller Williams Legacy Group here in Des Moines in central Iowa. And it's Monday once again, getting to be about halfway through the month, if you can believe that. So January 12th, but you're not here to hear the date. You're here to hear about what's happening in the real estate market and the update from this week over last week. So as we continue into the new year, we're certainly starting the new year with more listings than we saw last year. So listings were starting to trend up kind of throughout the year last year. And so this year we've been seeing more listings continue to come on the market, which is falling in line with what we saw last year, kind of throughout the year, especially as the year went on. Rates are staying steady. So if you remember from previous episodes, we've talked about how rates kind of looked like this last year. 2025, we started with interest rates being much higher. They were closer to 7%. And now we're nationally around 6%. Locally, we've seen things certainly be a little bit lower as well. So for folks that are out buying, it's a good time to be considering maybe starting the search and taking advantage of more inventory being on the market before others get into the market to find, to start their search as well. You've got more options, especially with it being a more even market overall. Looking at specifically existing home sales. So if we look at everything in the existing category, we're seeing about 5 months of inventory. So 1 to 4 months is considered a seller's market. 4 to 6 is an even market. So we're in that even market or balanced market that favors both buyers and sellers. I'll be watching that one closely because we tend to have the most sales in the existing category. So that's one that as folks are out listing their homes, those are anyone that's listing their home, unless it's new construction, that's an existing home sale. And folks that are buying, there's much more buyers that are looking in the existing category than they may be in the new construction, condo, townhome, so on and so forth. So that's our biggest category, and that's always the one that I'm the most focused on because that tends to be where a majority of the business is happening. Of course, there's things happening in new construction all the time as well, and there's great opportunities there for folks that are looking to buy, depending on the price range that they are in. So with that being right at 5 months, I'll be kind of watching that week over week to see, are we staying at about 5 months of inventory, or are we starting to get closer to what would be considered a seller's market? Now, that doesn't mean if existing homes get into a seller's market that everything existing is a seller's market. That just means overall, if we're looking at just existing home sales, what's the word I'm looking for? Altogether, would be in, a balanced market or a seller's market. So it'll be different by price points based on where they're at in the market. But right now we really are in more of a balanced or buyer's market overall if you're looking at everything. So bringing back again this week, the new pending and sold over the weekend. So we saw 154 new homes come on the market. 91 homes went into pending or under contract status, and 86 homes sold and closed. So things to watch as we go throughout the week are what's happening with inventory. We're continuing to gain inventory. What's happening with pendings. We are tracking a little bit ahead of closings than we were last year. So last year we had a lot of snowy weather at the start of the year. This year we had some of that in December. So we're getting a little bit of more of a jump start in 2026 than we had in 2025. And continue watching what happens with interest rates, because interest rates staying low is what's likely going to bring more buyers out as we get into the spring season. Thanks everybody for watching. If you've got questions on what this might mean for you, if you're thinking about buying, selling, or maybe looking at investing in real estate, we are always here to be a resource. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.